What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles, welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Happy Saturday. McFarlane Toys dropped another set of pre-orders yesterday. David Thanos was like, "You want to do a video on it?" And I was like, "Why not? Let's do it. Let's talk about it." I love how McFarlane Toys does their rollout of figures. We don't have to wait a month to get any new figure news. It's a steady flow, maybe every week, at least every other week. There's 2 to 3 more figures getting revealed through maybe just a DC multiverse, the superpowers. There's always something coming on the pre-order front, new reveals. It just feels like we're constantly getting figures and more stuff announced from McFarlane. And it's kind of interesting because I'm thinking, like, well, I bet at the end of the year, if I were to count all the DC multiverse figures and all the Marvel Legends figures, they're probably pretty comparable. Maybe they're more Marvel Legend figures, but it just feels like we're constantly getting news from McFarlane Toys with the DC multiverse line. And I kind of like that. Anyway, let's talk about the two that got dropped in a 2-pack and then the one solo release. As always with McFarlane Toys, there's this strong divisive line. I hate these figures. Why do they keep making them? I'm never going to buy them. But I just wanted to say again how much I hate them. And the other side is like, oh, cool. I love what they're doing. This is cool. I think some of it just stems from the fact that there's no other mainstream DC mass market, mass release line out there. So if you want DC figures right now in a somewhat coherent scale and available at Target, Walmart, GameStop, your mainstream stores, you have to go with that line. Now you can get Mayfax. You're gonna pay a little bit more. They're awesome figures, but their release are so slow and it takes forever to get more figures. So McFarlane Toys is where you got to go to get your DC fix. And I am still fuming over Mattel kind of going, oh, David Bonner, these Batman figures you showed are really awesome, but we'll get back to those later. Why? We could have a comparable Marvel Legends line if they let David Bonner cook, because those figures looked amazing and it's just still one of those great. You guys really dropped the ball on these, but let's talk about the McFarlane reveals. So there were a 2-pack, there was a solo figure, and let's start with the 2-pack because this is the one I'm most excited about. We've got Bane versus Batman Knightfall 2-pack, and Bane was released already as a mega fig around $39.99, so this is pretty comparable anyway. Bane, the biggest change, some blue highlighting and the blue comic book style cell shade. I like this because we don't have to wait this long time to get another Bane. I think more people were looking forward to him, excited about getting a Bane after the Knightfall Batman was revealed. And then, of course, Bane was sold out. You couldn't get him. I like that they're actually trying to meet that demand faster, so we don't have to wait forever and ever to get the main antagonist of Knightfall. Here you go. We got him. Looks big, looks hulking. I love the blue highlighting throughout the outfit. I wish they'd do that more with comic book figures because it's just a cool aesthetic. And it's just something that's like, yes, this is how they look in the comic book. And it's not for everybody. Unfortunately, with Bane, he's in black, so it doesn't matter. You can just take a little black paintbrush and there you go. You're all set. The other figure, of course, and we get to see it from his perspective now, is Batman. And Batman looks cool. I really think that this is kind of an odd shift because McFarlane Toys has already released a Knightfall Batman with cell shading and highlighting, including the cowl. And I really think in this case, that would have made sense to give us another one. There are enough changes to this figure so anyone who got that chase version wouldn't feel like, oh man, you ripped us off, because I really wanted this figure. This one, I think, in a lot of ways is really well done, implementing some things that we wanted for a long time. Most notably, this soft good wired cape. We've been begging for these from Marvel Legends for, I want to say, decades at this point. McFarlane Toys is incorporating them now, and I think it's taking their figures to another level. Got some issues with this though, but I do like the fact that this is battle damage Batman. We've been asking for battle damage Marvel Legends figures too, and not just to do a direct one-to-one DC Marvel Legends, but That's another thing I know you guys have mentioned in the comments several times. Give us some battle damage figures with the scrapes and all this. And you can see it's not just a quick paint job. There's actual work done into the sculpt for it. That's cool. Batman looks bloody and broken down. That's the thing I don't like about this is this dark shading around the eyes. This is like Batman going heavy on the eyeshadow. And I really think if we had this cow blackened, that effect could look cooler, but the way it's just the black shading is right here and not through the cowl looks a little off. Also, this head sculpt looks very closer to a Frank Miller style Batman. So you can see he's got like the gritted teeth, and it does not resemble Jim Apparel's artwork from Nightfall in particular. I mean, that's the reference for this look, and not really feeling it because for the most part, and I know it's like, hey, Batman's unstoppable. He can't lose to anyone except for a robot. It's based on his brainwaves. But let me give you a look at what Batman looked like in Nightfall during this big battle with Bane. He's got the teeth gritted. He's going the rest of the fight. Bane beats him down. There's no, I'm rallying. I'm about to go one last fierce berserker barrage. He gets beat down that entire fight. I think a different head sculpt, maybe just a simple teeth gritted deal, that would work. And I think that would make sense for a lot of Batman figures. Also, at this point in Nightfall, he is exhausted. He's gone out and he's brought in most of the escaped Arkham Asylum prisoners. He's got a 5 o'clock shadow because he hasn't bothered to shave. He's just out there doing the thing. And I wish that figure had incorporated that look too, because I think that would have been really nice. Hey, this is a direct Nightfall Batman. But here, just to give you another sense, this is what that Batman is rocking here. And it just doesn't quite look the same as that figure, as that look from Batman in the actual comic book. So that was kind of a missed opportunity, I thought. Let me show you more of these pictures courtesy of the McFarlane Toys Instagram page. And I think these really look awesome. Show off some really cool deals with him. Big fan of this. So I know there were people in the comments when Todd did his video showing off the set in package, and they're like, there's no way we can get the crush broken bat deal, but we do. You can see that, and you can check out the chest, the torso where his hole is scraped up. That's great. I mean, I think this is a really useful battle damage Batman. Maybe I'll just swap out the head sculpt for the regular Nightfall Batman, but I really think this is a useful Batman to add to the mix. You can see the cell shading throughout Bane. I don't like that this is blue. I feel like that should be green since it's the venom coursing through him, not blue shading. Hopefully that's something I can kind of touch up, but there you go with that. And see the benefit of the cloth cape. I mean, if he's got a plastic cape, this is absolutely worthless. You could not do this. So the fact that they included a cloth cape here makes all the difference. And you can see with this diaphragm joint here, he's got a lot of range in that broken bat deal. That's cool. And then here's Bane by himself, so you can get a good sense of him flexing Jeep Swenson style. And I like this figure a lot. I think this is really cool. And it's going to be the year of Bane versus Batman. We're eventually going to get the Mafex Nightfall Batman and the Nightfall Bane. So it'll be cool to see which one is supreme. And when I get that one, I should do a video deciding or choosing which is the best between this McFarlane one, the Mafex one, and of course the old school classic DC Classics Bane and Batman figures. Here's Batman. Better look at him so you can see the scrapes on his legs. I would have loved to have seen something here on the boots, certainly the gloves, but the fact that there's at least 5 pieces of battle damage sculpted into the outfit, that looks cool. Actually, there looks like some around the cowl as well. That's really nice. I think that's a cool way to go with this look. And again, this cowl piece should just be blackened so we can get the full Batman effect. But here's the cape posed. That's great. I mean, that is really listening to the fan base and not going, great idea. We'll try to figure out a way to make that work. So good deal there. Bane looks intimidating. I don't see that You know what? I was complaining about this. I think this is just a blue light that they use for the production photos. So maybe there's not an issue there at all. So that's good news. But Bane looks great. He just looks ready to go. And I think they did an awesome job with him. And another thing that I wanted to mention that I forgot earlier, Bane has fists now. The original Mega Fig just had these open hands. So it's nice that you can do a mix of different accessory and hand options for Bane. And you can actually do this mush mouth, super pie face. That's great. So got that option too. And Bane rules supreme. It's a really cool shot. I mean, this is like a warehouse, not Wayne Manor where this battle actually took place. But here you go, there's Batman about to come through with the supercharge, leaping on him. I'm really happy with how they did this. I think this is really an awesome set. Great work from McFarlane. Of course, I always feel like when McFarlane delivers something, I just really want him to understand how much people will go along with stuff that he does. And he just does what we want. This is sold out. It's pre-order, sold out right now on Entertainment Earth. It's not just Hasbro and Target collaborating against this. This pre-order sold out as well. Don't worry, it'll be back in stock as well. Let me take a look at some of these photos. I think these are cool. More shots and get a sense of the scale. Batman definitely shorter than Bane. So let me see. We got one. Let me just check out this battle damage here. Is that a cut? Not sure. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice work there. I mean, there's some tangible battle damage to this look. And Bane is towering over him. And like I thought after I saw more of the photos, no crazy blue on the arm, just the way the lighting hit. That's nice. Here's Batman in full. Let's just check out. Maybe this isn't sculpted. I was all excited, but I think that is actually just done through paint work. But anyway, I like and appreciate the fact that they did that. Yeah, I don't think it's sculpted, but it's cool that we got that in there. So I take back the earlier praise of sculpting that, but I like the fact that we still get some battle damage in there. And the costume this time, the gray is darker again, so you can see there's some wash here along here. So I was talking about the sculpted pieces. No sculpted, it's just paint work. That's cool. Got blood going around his mouth. Really think when they painted this, they should have done this. It really stands out compared to everything else. And the blue could have benefited from those black highlights as well. His figure's really almost there, but it's really nice. We got the points on the cape as well. That's nice. Bane strolling. He's all set. Excuse me. So then we've got more of them. The face off. There's how they look in the packaging. Let's take a look at all the accessories. Batman has fists, 2 open hands, sprawled open hands as well. Both of them have the requisite stand to help with posing. Probably that one. And Bane's got fists. So it's a solid set. I'm really happy with this one. Going to get it. Price is $69.99. So, but Bane was like $40. So that's still cheaper than buying them. Well, maybe that's the same price as if you got Batman for $19.99. So there you go. Pretty happy with that. Same deal over on Amazon. This pack is sold out. So in case you wanted to go there for another option, you're gonna have to wait. I think GameStop may have this in stock, but no telling if they do as of this point. But there you go. It's a really nice set. Happy to see them into the line. That's good stuff. Now let's go on to the other member of this wave, this release of figures from yesterday. It's Tim Drake Robin from Tim Drake Robin. Not loving the head sculpt. It's way too stylized. I feel like most of the time they don't do that, but this one is really, I don't know what the deal is with the Robin figures, but a lot of them have these quirkier, more animated style head sculpts, which kind of takes away a little something. But it looks like the sculpted elements of his armor are intact. The shoulder pads, the glove cuffs. Don't really like this outfit, but it's cool enough. And again, you see he's got the soft goods cape, so that's nice. And it can flow. But looking at the figure, he looks like he's going to be too tall. And maybe there's a chance of buying him if he was a regular normal scale to how he should be next to Batman. He's probably just going to be a little bit shorter. which this is a more contemporary Robin, so maybe that works, but I'd still rather him be shorter. This head sculpt is just way too stylized for him. Not loving it. This is that the basis for it. So you can see he still looks really young, and there's no points there. I wish they were able to do that, but it's close enough. Lots of hand options for him, so that's always cool. He's got a thumbs up, pointing finger, spread, throwing the non-existent batarang. There's no bow staff, which seems like a real omission with Robin, with Tim Drake in particular. And he's got the stand, uh, hands on his hips, posing. Is his articulation a little bit limited? I mean, he's got double jointed elbows, but doesn't look as fluid as some of these other ones. So here's just the basic turnaround poses. I do love the fact that he's got a cloth cape. And from this angle, that expression, that portrait doesn't look too bad. I don't know. I really wish they had just gone with a more basic, neutral expression. He is sold out as well. So there you go, $22.99. I feel like he needs a few more accessories to really validate that price point. For those of you who are curious and going, I don't remember this costume for Tim. When did he start rocking that? Well, this is the era of Bernard with my boy Tim. Clearly, I'm a spoiler Tim guy. But there's the outfit, so you can see it's all here. It did a really nice job implementing the details. So we've got the armor here. I'm trying to remember. I'm sure they would not forget the R, and the cape is about that length. The belt's intact, so nice job on that end. But yeah, I mean, I'm just not a fan of that era of Tim, and I'm sure other people have their thoughts on it. I don't need to get all into it, but yeah, just not my favorite. I don't like how, anyway, I'll say that for later. So there's the R. It's all intact. So the outfit does look straight, minus those shoulder points, which not every artist incorporates with that cape, that look. I just think the hair and the head sculpt is just really off. Now, on one side, it's a good thing if you were a fan of this Tim Drake book that they did not go with the art stylings of Riley Rossmo, who works in a sense for certain characters, not everybody. Riley is a talented artist, but they really had to find the right character for him to draw. And that's not the case with this Tim Drake Robin. So very good thing that they did not go with the artist uh, rendition of this figure. We've seen them do that occasionally, but it works out for the better that they didn't do it in that case. So that's the two new reveals from McFarlane Toys. As always, there's some good, there's some bad. You'd like to see a more coherent scale. So Tim Drake and Batman are not looking eye to eye. Now, those two figures would not interact under any circumstance. That Knightfall Tim Drake Robin, though, it's a bit of a disaster just because he's the same height essentially as Bruce Wayne. Let me just pull this up because I just wanted to show you all, to remind you how that figure turned out. Not necessarily the scale, but just how it looked. So we're getting pretty close in terms of getting a nice Knightfall collection. There's Tim Drake. Don't love that head sculpt. It's just weird. The outfit is just cool. He's got the bow staff here. So it's kind of curious that they didn't include an accessory that's already in the tank. They've already got that. And you can see his cape too. So I think this is just a plastic one for him. So you see they're making changes and improvements to these figures as they continue to go. So that's one of those reasons why I kind of think that some of the criticism McFarlane Toys gets is unfair, but I get it. If you want Marvel Legends counterpart, McFarlane Toys is never going to be for you. For the rest of you who are interested in the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line, what do you think about this pair, the box set of Bane and Batman? And are you going to get Tim Drake Robin figure? As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. And I'll see you back again for the Thursday Night Live. For now, this episode of the House Figure Files has been filed.